Here's a very complicated one. Try to follow along. I'm going to warn you right now that this is written very poorly. I'm just going to dive in. Basically, one of my friends has told me she thinks my fiance is an awful man and that there are accusations of him being investigated by the FBI for terrible, terrible things.
End of discussion. It's not complicated.
It is. Just wait, please. Things so terrible, she has considered stepping out of my wedding. We talked for 3 hours trying to get to the bottom of what she was sharing, and by the end of it, she said I can't confront him or other parties involved. So basically, the friend is telling OP that she cannot confront the fiance or any other parties. I can't go to the police or it would mess up the ongoing investigation, and I just need to drop it. We got into a heated conversation about it because she is talking about the man of my dreams committing atrocious acts. She got this info from a family member who read my fiance's family member's therapy file, which isn't the first time this family member has violated HIPAA and read files of people she knows.
How does she get her hands on these files?
She probably works there.
Oh boy.
And then told people what she read, and then she expects people to keep their mouths shut. I'm fuming. My friend told me she had to tell me because it was eating her up and she wants me to know who my fiance is. Mind you, there's no physical evidence. When I asked to be shown, she said she couldn't because she didn't even see anything, and that she is trusting her family member who has caused so much hurt and issues in the past that most people avoid her for how hurtful she is. Are you with me so far?
Mm-hmm.
I had to talk to my fiance because we don't keep secrets, and he was shocked that this stuff was being thrown at him. We know for a fact none of it is true, and that my friend's family member likes to cause issues for people. She has ended so many marriages, careers, and relationships. It's not even funny. With all that being said, I don't think I want my friend in my wedding, and I don't want to invite her family. I know she told me she will support me either way, but I also know I will only be thinking about how one of my so-called best friends doesn't want me marrying the guy at the end of the aisle, all based off hearsay. Is it wrong of me to say this? After all that, you said you don't think you want your friend in your wedding?
It's not the friend's fault.
There are so many layers here. There are so many layers. Okay, first issue. If your friend came to you and told you that your fiance, who you're wildly in love with, has done horrific things, what do you do with that? Second layer, how does the friend know that these things have taken place? Because an untrustworthy source went into a therapy file and stole information, confidential information, or so she claims, and that's the evidence. The person that stole the confidential information is known to be a liar. Who are we believing here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think there's a very simple way to get the truth here.
And what is it?
Call the president, call the FBI. I mean, come on, there's got to be a way to find out if there's an FBI investigation going on about your fiance.
Okay, that's a good point. Okay, let's start there. FBI investigation. No. The FBI's not going to just tell you.
I mean, I think the FBI can tell you not to marry someone.
I don't know. That's tough.
Well, I think my biggest problem with the FBI investigation thing is that she came back here and this whole thing trickled down to the friend being the problem. We need to rewind to my fiance and I don't keep secrets. There's no way he has an FBI investigation going on around him. I'm sorry.
Well, some people don't know that they have an FBI.
But their family member does and talks about it in therapy?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, let's call the family member who stole the confidential information. Let's call her Sarah. How does Sarah, who has a history of lying, know, based off of a file in a doctor's office, that there's an open FBI investigation? I'm going to call bullshit on that first piece of evidence here. So I don't think there's an FBI investigation, because how would anyone know about it?
Unless someone in the FBI was in therapy talking about it. But they can't talk about Area 51. They can't talk about, investigations.
I think the root of the problem, or the root of this story, isn't whether or not OP's story is true. It's not whether or not Sarah's story is true. We will never know that. How would we react if this was our life and our friend came to us and said, the man that you're about to marry has committed horrific crimes. I cannot show you one piece of evidence, and the person who told me cannot be trusted. I believe the person that cannot be trusted, and I don't think you should marry him, and I hate him, but I will still be in your wedding. I'm so sorry. I think I would just marry my husband. I'd say, baby, ignorance is bliss. I don't want to know.
I think...
Wait, would I say that, though?
I don't know.
I don't know.
If someone came to me and they were like, X, Y, and Z, horrific things, I believe this liar, but I'll still be there for you. I would have to do a whole lot of digging.
So much. I would hire the FBI.
Right. Exactly. Yes. I would then have the rest of my bridesmaids on a spiral mission to find out if this man's was really under investigation by the FBI. And then once we find out that he isn't, now we worry about the friend. But do we worry about the friend's family member who maybe is manipulative? And, maybe my friend's mother is the one who stole the file and they grew up being manipulated. They trust their mother even though they know she's a liar, but they're scared of her. That there's, like you said,
it's complicated.
Layers on layers.
Yup.
Ogres are like onions. They have layers.
Facts.
However, we got to take it one layer at a time.
Okay, I like this idea. 1, get all the other bridesmaids and everyone else you know to start digging, because there's no FBI agent like a woman aged 18 to 30.
We leave no stone unturned. We get an answer. If there's an FBI investigation going on, we thank the friend and we move on with our lives. If there is not, we move on to phase 2. Phase 2? Check. Phase 2. Who is this family member? How did they find this file? Where did this come from? We need facts. We need facts. We need answers. Leave no stone unturned in phase 2. If it comes down to this is not the friend's fault, we accept them as they are. We get them the help they need because they need more help than we do.
And we make sure that the therapist that they're seeing is not in the same office as the files that the family member has been stealing. You guys, we said it's complicated. That is an understatement.
But we just figured it out.
I think we just did. Period.
And this is why we don't have complicated situations. I'm so upset. And this is why we don't have complicated situations in our lives, because we don't turn to Reddit. We problem solve. OP, I'll send you a note with minutes from our meeting today and the phases of our plan.
We'll send you a game plan with the tasks and a little checkbox next to each one, starting with what was step 1?
Get the bridesmaids together and spiral.
Oh, right.
Spiral.
The bridesmaids need to spiral first. And then we will
spiral
go from there.
Squad, phase 1. Let me know when you're done. We move on to phase 2.
Okay. Yes. Love that plan. Best of luck.
You're welcome. Come to me for therapy. I won't let your notes leave my room.
Best of luck, OP.